Welcome back, guys. Today we're doing a tabletop video of how to set up a helmet, specifically a ballistic helmet for night vision purposes. A spin-off of the video is going to be budget constraints, as everybody has them and nobody wants to admit so. But this setup is specifically built on a more budget mindset, believe it or not. The helmet itself is a militech, and militech is a very big, old and reputable Chinese company that makes all kinds of armor products and soft goods and whatever else. But they've been around a long time, and there is plenty of videos on YouTube that showcase how their products are actually good for it. This is my ATAX helmet because I have this helmet for a specific impression kit, which is now dressed up in my Italian kit thanks to a cover. So this helmet is set up for a monocle use. It's a PVS 14. Reason for a monocle, obviously budget is a huge reason, nobody can deny that. But the nice thing about a monocle device is that it allows me one free eye to completely dedicate it to aiming down sight with a thermal weapon sight. That's my main cope reason for going monocle, but outside of that, it is a very valid reason. The main thing on the tube itself that you see now is that I have an iris. And what these do, it allows you to control the light input of the device just like a camera would. And it translates to dimming the image or making it more in focus. But if I were to be in a dynamic situation, for example in a milsim event, I wouldn't even run that, to be honest. I would just use instead the flip up scope caps that I also have. This is just too much to having to deal with, and I simply don't want to. The device itself is held completely by replica Chinese parts, and these parts have been really good to me and I really like them. The first one being the G24 clone. There is a quadrillion of these around, and this one I've had for years now and it's been working really well. I added some of the helmet bungee retentions around it just to give it a bit more tension, if that makes any sense, but it doesn't make too much of a difference. The mount itself works well and it hasn't been giving me any issues. The PVS 14 instead uses this, again, Chinese aluminum articulating J-arm, which is incredible, guys. It's so good compared to even a Wilcox mount, and it makes a total difference. As you can see right now, I have it kind of flipped up, as if I was to actually use the device, it would be more like in this configuration. But as you can see, if you are using the device and you just want to get out of the way without flipping the whole unit up, you can just pivot this upwards and it becomes pretty much clear of your line of sight. Then when you do flip the unit up, as you can see, the pivoting is much nicer, and look how compact now this is. This is so much closer to the helmet, and it does make a difference in weight distribution, and you do feel it. But now when I flip it down, you can see how the pivot arm is much shorter, and now it's already in that position. So if I want to, I can just like pull it down and now it'll be on my eye. So overall, this is an amazing way to use monocular night vision. It is something that I discovered recently, and before I was using the regular Wilcox J-arm, which is okay, but this is a whole new world, I would say. I have homemade retention that I made. And what this is basically bungee cord that runs through this double-sided Velcro tab with pull string adjustment. And what I do, I just connect it to the top of the helmet, and now there is active retention on the device itself. This is the more eventful side of the helmet. There's a couple things going on. We can talk about the earring protection. So these are Comtacts 5s. They're amazing earring protection, kind of the gold standard. Then the ear protection mount, these are the 3M arc rail mounts. One thing I will say is that, you know, guys, I am a supporter of replica gear, but when it comes to these specifically, I highly do not recommend going replica. Just buy the 3M ones. They are about $75 and they are the way to go. The rest just do not compare. Why these are so nice to me is because, as you can see now, they're kind of in the open position, but when you actively use them, you just press and now they seal against your ear. Then if you don't need them actively on your ear, you pull this out and now you have airflow and pressure relief of your ear, which is huge. The cups themselves, it's hard to see, but they have gel cups, which are a great upgrade, especially if you wear glasses. They're gonna help you seal with glasses a lot better. Another thing that you'll see on my center helmet is the Streamlight helmet light. And this thing is amazing. And what it provides is one-click red light, double-click brighter red light, and then if I hold, it's gonna transition to white light. Counterweight pouch. So this is modeled one-to-one of the Shaw Concept pouch, which is an amazing helmet pouch design, but Militech, said company I said makes my actual helmet, makes this pouch as well, and the quality is top-notch, elastic stretch on the side, and the construction is unbelievably one-to-one. I dealt with a lot of Shaw Concept products, and you cannot tell the difference. The reason why I like this pouch so much is because the retention about it. It has the top retention and it also has these two side connection points so that it makes the whole system not floppy. What I use this pouch for is a battery bank. So this battery bank acts as a power source for my camera, but it also acts as a night vision counterweight when I'm not using the camera. In the daytime, when I'm not using night vision, the GoPro usually goes in, and this uses a 3D printed adapter that allows you to put it on the Wilcox mount. So this just slides in here, and then as you can see, the camera holder has a port for the cable. So now the camera has power and I can utilize it without having to worry about those extremely small GoPro batteries. Couple other things to mention from this point of view are the pads, which are not the most sexy things to talk about, but they are a huge part of it. These pads are 4D pads. They are arguably the best on the market. They are extremely comfortable, spongy. It almost feels like a memory mattress, if that makes sense. They are a little pricey, but absolutely worth the price. These are actually rated for reduction of impact force. So for military people out there that deal with traumatic brain injuries, these have a measurable way to reduce that stress on your brain. And I've actually did a little bit of test of it myself. These do absorb kinetic energy better than other pads. And on top of that, they're just super comfortable. Like I wore this helmet 2 days in a row and it didn't bother me. So I'm very happy to purchase, and I would recommend everybody to look into them. And then another thing that you might be able to see better here is the gel cups for the peltors. I talked about that before. And lastly, I changed the suspension system. So this is a Team Wendy style cam, the retention system. It is a replica as well. I think these are extremely cheap, probably around the $10 mark, but I've had this for years. I've used it at least a decent amount. It has my blood on it and whatnot, and this is a super comfortable retention. It's definitely an upgrade if you have the regular OpsCore style retention, which I don't think it's good at all. So this is my helmet setup. It's overall pretty simple, and I made it this way. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hopefully got a few tips here and there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.